All right, we're just going to do a quick demo of the schematic. We're going to go ahead and enter our command for schematics. This is using a relative path for local execution. This is a little different after you've published your schematic. Important to note, we've got the force and dry run flags on here. So force is going to overwrite files, and dry run false ensures that we write files. We're going to go ahead and run our command. We'll see that we went ahead and generated our files. And then from here, we want to run an npm install. Actually, I believe we're going to need to run an npm install with force because typedoc isn't compatible with our version of TypeScript, but it does work, and we've tested that it works. So we're going to go ahead and let that install. Then we're going to go ahead and run an npm test, and what test is going to do is test is going to go ahead and generate our docs. It's also going to run ESLint checks and prettier checks, and then it's going to run our tests. So after we have built the application, and the build process includes TypeScript build, plus Webpack generating the UMD module, which you can see it just spit out there. Then we run our Carmen Jasmine tests, and you can see, okay, we've got 1 of 1 passing, and this is just a dummy test in here to serve as an example of how you can consume the Webpack generated UMD module in a browser. It's attached to a global, which you can see in our Webpack config. When we generated our project, Webpack used the supplied project name that we chose of my test project, and it camel cased it and also dasher sized it with the naming of the outputted directory, or sorry, the output lib. The source directory just contains a basic export of our test function, and again, you just remove this. This is just to show how to start adding code to your TypeScript module. All of the goodness for GitHub is in the GitHub directory. You have your pull request template, which you can customize, code owners file, which you can start listing code owners and directories immediately, along with a link here to get information on how to use code owners files and lock down your master branches. In addition to that, there's obviously all the ignore files, prettier configs, and prettier ignores that are built in out of the box. This is a pretty powerful way to just start a project, right? To make sure that everything's included, bare bones, and that it's best practice out of the box. And then you can just focus on your code, right? You can just focus on generating your code. You can focus on creating your tests, and you don't have to worry about the churn of going back and refactor to think about this later.